Alright. What is up, YouTube and Twitch? Multi-Apples here, bringing you another video. And today I'll be playing some Cricket 24. So let's go ahead and play. Fair warning, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to cricket. I have watched some cricket, but I am still trying to learn the rules. It's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. But I am still learning, like, I don't know how to properly read the score. For the most part. Got some drinks. I got some Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Soda. With me. It's very delicious. Got some Cherry Limeade Sparkling Ice Water. It's flavored water, actually. Make sure. Yeah, zero sugar flavored water. It's 5 calories. And then zero sugar sparkling ice. Hold on. Kiwi strawberry. Here. With me. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this party started. So, let's go ahead and skip. We have scored 93 runs so far in my career. And my teammate is up to bat. That's not going to be able to score. So, like, what is the... I know the overs is the amount of, like, times you can actually, Dang it. That's a wicket. So I know one way to get out is for them to catch it. Oh, man, that is awful, actually. I did awful there, so... One way is to, like, knock down the little wicket thing over there. Another is to, like, if they take too long to show up, to get an out. Don't know if that's the proper terminology for, like, making sure they can't bat anymore. And then another way is, like, if they hit it and you catch it before they actually drop, but before it actually touches the ground, I should say. The ball touches the ground. So, if you can't tell by my accent... What? He didn't get the ball? Yeah, I'm American, so cricket is not that popular here in the US. It is not a popular sport. It's not a well-known sport. Like, you see, that hit the ground, so wouldn't be considered... We wouldn't stop him from batting anymore. He will still be batting. Honestly, if I could get the Caribbean Premier League here in the US, like, I could watch it here, I probably would watch that, because... I'd probably watch the Trinbago Knight Riders. That'd probably be my favorite team to watch. And in terms of international cricket, it'd be the West Indies. Either the West Indies or England. So I'm not sure, like, which team I'd choose to support in England, if I'm being honest. I have to see, like, which teams there are. I know in the Caribbean Premier League it'd be the West Indies for sure in England. Or it would be the Trinbago Knight Riders. Actually, as we give up a uh, basket there, so or point there for I should say, or 4 runs. I know the West Indies tend to be good. England does as well. Australia and New Zealand are some other good teams. And I would imagine that I know that Pakistan and India are really good internationally. I'm not entirely sure, but I think South Africa is as well. I could be wrong about South Africa. If we give up 4 more runs there, 10 overall. So I'm not bowling very well. So if you have any tips on how to get better at bowling, let me know. Oh, that's gonna be another, or that's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be 6 actually. So I'd like to go to a Caribbean Premier League game and a game in England and a West Indies and England cricket game. So let's go ahead and exit. Unlike I know Major League Cricket has started here in the U.S., so I'd like to go to Major League Cricket, but I'd have to go out of town for that. So for those of you that watch cricket, what do you like? I know cricket's popular. I think it's popular in Namibia and maybe Zimbabwe. I'm not sure. I know it's played in Namibia and Zimbabwe. And I know it's popular in India, Pakistan, England, Australia, New Zealand, I think South Africa, and Nepal and Sri Lanka as well. Those are like the countries where like cricket is really played. And I think Afghanistan as well. So and in various countries in the Caribbean as well. I know it's popular in like St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana. Um, Mainly, like, one thing to know about the Caribbean countries, CARICOM countries, is that it's either baseball or cricket's really popular, along with soccer. But yeah, I'm not talking Latin America though, or Central America, I should say. So Central America. I think Haiti may be the only country where like neither cricket or soccer's popular, or no, sorry, cricket or baseball isn't popular. So. All right, we got a run. That's good. was a bit too early on that. See, we should be able to score a run there. We did. Okay, so I know 56 is the amount of runs we have. What does the 2 mean? So my guess is the 2. And correct me if I'm wrong if you're watching this on YouTube. Uh, but the 2 or oh shoot, I got out there. So I guess now it's the 3 would be like the amount of outs they have. That is my guess. So for example, they have 16 runs and 1 out is my guess. In terms of I just gave them another run. Ah, shoot. I did better bowling, I mean, batting that time, but bowling I gave up fewer runs this time so far, because I've given up like, I think 6 total. So far I'm doing better than I did last game. Fortunately, still no outs, so... This is gonna be the last bowl for now. Oh, it hit the ground, so no out there. We still haven't gotten him out. Okay. Just realized those are like pads on the hitter, the batter, to help protect them. Which I get why the batter. Okay, so you'd think that the batters wouldn't really need helmets. It would be more so for like the bowlers and the defensive players would maybe need the helmets as well, just so they don't get hit with the ball by accident. Gave up a 4 there, so. Which I get why the batters have the pads on their shins and legs. Because, I mean, I've never touched a cricket ball, but I'd imagine, you know, when it's coming at you, it would, it hits you, it would hurt. I mean, I know that, you know, most cricket batters, if not all of them, would actually not try to injure the player when they would hit the ball. But there's always it's kind of like that baseball when it's kind of like baseball when you're pitching. There's always that chance a hitter will hit the person throwing the ball, whether it's intentional or not. It's could always happen by accident. And in baseball, they just wear their on defense. They just wear their caps, which baseball. You would understand why they wear their helmets because it's where they're throwing the ball is much higher than where you're throwing the cricket ball. But I'd imagine I can kind of see it's an extent of why they need it actually on offense. But for baseball and cricket, I'd imagine that if you're on defense, that is a good place to actually wear helmets, regardless of where you are, just so the ball doesn't hit you by accident and you get injured. So you know, or in the unlikely event that it's intentional, you don't want anyone getting hurt. I don't know. That's just my thing that they should be. Maybe I'm all for player safety over games. So, like, I know the NFL's now working on player safety. They're spending a long time denying that head injuries and concussions do damage to your brain. They are now finally, since at least the past decade, at least have been taking concussions and head injuries much more seriously. Which is shameful that the NFL didn't take it, and they denied that I believe it's called CTE existed, and they denied the damage of head injuries. So I know American football is much different from cricket, but when you're doing sport, there's always that risk of injury, and you never want to see a player or a fan or anyone get injured, especially when it's preventable. So I don't know. I just think that they should maybe at least definitely the bowlers in cricket and the pitchers. At least for cricket, I think the bowlers should actually. We got an out there. We got a wicket. I definitely think the in baseball they're called umpires, but the referees in cricket and the bowlers should be wearing helmets in addition to the batters. Oops, that's my fault. Not too familiar with how like the concussion protocol is in rugby or Australian rules football, but those are like two sports where maybe in addition to like how NFL does, just to maybe like help protect the players if it helps, reduce head injuries. You know, though maybe in Australian rules football and rugby, they should design some sort of like helmet to help reduce the damage of the tackling and head injuries and stuff like that. So just to help protect the players, because you want them to be able to as if you're a rugby or Australian rules football fan, you want to be able to enjoy the game, and you want the players to enjoy playing the game and earn a living, especially if they're professional. But at the same time, you want them to be healthy and not have any damage, because like unlike any other injuries, like you can all if like you break your I've broken my this arm, my right arm twice, my wrist should say. I've broken my wrist twice, and I the first time I was playing tag and I ran into a friend by accident, and it was pure accident. I do not blame. Well, I've since lost contact with that person, but for reasons completely unrelated to that. But they were. It was an accident. I have no ill will against them, but you know, we just grew apart. So, for as we got older, but over the injury, I have no ill will or malice. And then the other time I broke it was actually riding a scooter, and I fell because both of them happened when I was a teenager. I think one was maybe when I was like 10, and the other was when I was like 12 or 13. So, both were my fault. I could have actually avoided, breaking my wrist twice in both times. So, um, yeah. So yeah. But the point I was going is like if you break your wrist or you break your arm or you break your leg, they can always heal. Especially if they're treated properly. Unfortunately, as of the time of this live stream, to my knowledge, you can't really. Once the damage is done to your head, there's really no reversing the damage. And that sucks because you don't want any athletes to get head injuries. So, but all right, we're still gonna continue. We still haven't gone the person out yet. Okay, I think we have now. I think he's out. I have some strawberries and cream, zero sugar, actually now. Some Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I'm still struggling to know the difference between I know there's like Test 20 cricket and another version of cricket. And understanding like one of them I think is the amount of overs you have, and you have to get as many runs in a certain amount of overs. But I can see why cricket takes so long. Not that it's a bad thing, but at the same time, I can see how some games take a couple of days to play. I know the U.S. qualified for the World Cup last year, and we shockingly, I think, beat like one of the big teams in the cricket, which no reasonable person would have expected that to happen because, the U.S. is not a good team at cricket. We have a cricket team, but cricket, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is it's or video. It's not that popular here. It's not well known, and those who do play cricket are usually, they may be from like are usually people who have come from countries where cricket is popular, or maybe they have family from where cricket is popular and taught them the game, you know. But not that that's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing that we have pretty good cricket players, at least some that are good enough to beat a really good team. But it's not really popular here, and I really wish it'd become more popular. Because soccer, I know MLS has done a pretty good job within the past 10 years of growing, 10, 15 years of growing the sport of soccer here. Because for a long time, soccer was more like a hobby, not a something like you would. Not many people would actually sit down and watch. It's like something where you like send your kids to play. You know, it's not like a serious sport most people would watch like they do in other countries. But it's really grown in popularity the last 10 years, at least professional soccer has. In the last 10, 15 years. Rugby is actually growing here. Is now the fastest growing sport. If you don't count soccer, then it would be rugby. We have one win, one loss, so I was looking at the wrong team. But either way, we still have one win and one loss. So right now, of the main leagues, I have no chance of getting in, so that means I have to play better. To be fair, this is like the second or third time I've done this. I really wish we could see my stats. I really wish we could. So, let's see. Career statistics. 5 wickets taken. So, we have produced 95 runs. So, if the HS, my theory on the HS is correct, uh, that's my high score for a single game, and that's 31. So, bowling, we've gone 5 wickets, but I've given up a lot of runs as well, so. What does Manhattan mean? Like, no idea what that means when it comes to cricket, so let's play as my player and start the match. So yeah, if anyone has an Xbox One or Xbox Series S and you have Xbox Game Pass, this game is on Xbox Game Pass and it's really fun. I really recommend it. It's a fun game. I play Cricket 19 and Cricket 22 on my YouTube channel, which if you're watching on Twitch and you want to follow me on YouTube, there you go. And if you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to me on YouTube. It's currently free. At least at the time of this live stream. And the link to my Twitch is in the not the comment section. It's in the description. Following me is free on Twitch, and subscribing to me on YouTube is free as well. So if you're watching this on Twitch, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me. I don't really have a set schedule. I will try to stream every day, but I don't always talk in my streams. I should give you whoever's watching this a heads up. I don't usually. And you know, today's Saturday, so I don't normally talk on Saturdays or Sundays just because I live with my family and you know they'll be watching TV or working from home. So, but today they're not. So having someone work on doing some, you know, actually, we're like not renovating, but we're like redoing our house, so to speak. We're having some stuff fixed, and we're like having the walls painted. So at least for this week, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to talk in my videos or streams. Like I haven't been able to much, or at all, if at all, last week. So that's the past 2 weeks. That's why. It's because of. So. Been to Trinidad and Tobago. I enjoyed it when I was there, but it's not entirely. I know, at least at the time of this live stream, it's not entirely safe to go there. So, unfortunately, if it was safe, I would totally recommend going there. But until it becomes safe again, if you don't have to go there, don't. Hopefully, it will become safe to go too soon. Sooner rather than later, because it's a beautiful country. It's two countries in the Caribbean. Into Barbados, actually, is the other one. The other Caribbean island I've been to. I've been to both islands of Trinidad and Tobago, and I've been to Barbados as well. But I went to Barbados like when I was like 7 or 8, I think. So it's been more than 20 years since I've been to either. Well, been to Barbados, I was going to say either. I went to Trinidad and Tobago, both islands, within the past decade, so. The At least in North America, the only other country I've been to in North America is actually the United States. The only other place. I've been to actually all of the Southeast. I've been to all of the places I consider the Southeast. So, been to like Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri as well. But all like the states bordering the Gulf of Mexico I've been to. And, outside of the Southeast, I've been to Washington, D.C., I've been to Maryland, I've been to Virginia, and I've been to Boston and New York. And I've been to Hawaii and Arizona and California. And I've been to Michigan as well. I know Hawaii, which is in the Pacific. I've also been to Australia. And to Brisbane and Sydney, Australia. And I've been to Europe. In Europe, I've been to Gibraltar, which is a very beautiful place. I want to go back. I've been to the Vatican. Love to go back to the Vatican. I've been to Italy, France, Monaco, the United Kingdom, but more specifically Gibraltar and England. And I've been to the Netherlands and Belgium. Let me just close my blinds and turn on my light really quick. So yeah, I've been to Spain, Gibraltar, England, France, Monaco, Italy, the Vatican, um, and I've been to Sweden, the Netherlands, and Belgium as well. And those are all the countries I've been to. For those of you that have traveled, where have you been to? And what's your favorite place you've been to as well? It's really tough for me to choose a favorite place. When I went to Spain and Gibraltar, I had some really bad cheap food one night and got sick. So that ruined my vacation to Spain and Gibraltar because I got food poisoning there. But if I hadn't gotten food poisoning, I probably would have enjoyed it more. So the food I had was actually, I think, undercooked, which led it to being giving me food poisoning. So we would have been out there. We would have been out. So I had to go back. We did make contact though, which is good. See, this is like the second or third time I'm doing the career mode in this game, so no wonder why I'm nowhere close to like making the West Indies team or any of the big leagues. As fun as that would be. The one good thing about batting in cricket is unlike baseball, if you miss, it doesn't affect you. Usually, it can affect you, but it's more so like the bowler, you know, hitting the wicket and you miss. You miss swinging and it hits the wicket and you're out. Whereas every miss is considered a strike in baseball. And 3 strikes, you're out. Although if you're on a dropped ball for strike 3, you can run to first base. I need to work on my timing. So it has to hit the wicket, you know. Because I missed on that last one and it looked like it barely missed it. So if they had, you know, hit it. You know, it would have been disastrous. So, which we got a run there, thankfully. Ah, shoot. I don't know what to talk about now. Oh, I'm just gonna turn off my mic and my face cam now.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
There's a chance with a direct hit. Gone, nowhere near making it. Oh, great run out.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant score.
Yes. Forward.
Banks watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
End of another tidy over.
And now on 90 for 3.
Yes.
Didn't need to bother about running with timing like that.
Tomlinson shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots. Just need to stick to the plans now. Big shout from the bowler.
That's good bowling.
What a delivery.
Great nut.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills.
Banks, the left arm pace bowler, is coming on. Going with pace now.
Captain is going with
Good bowling. Yes.
Tomlinson, ready to start from the north end. It's a very strong appeal here.
Good bowling.
Gone, great catch, quick reactions. What a catch.
That's the third wicket down. Not happy walking off the field. This was one of the easiest wins at this level of cricket you are